Well, I finally have my MAS 36 out to the range today, and I am trying to make my rear sight adjustable for windage. If you'll look in here, you'll see this little hole and that shiny round thing. Well, that's an insert that I made to go into the MAS 36 rear sight. The French gun, this gun, when you get them, they are issued with the sights preset. The hole is in there, I don't want to say according to how the gun shoots with their ammo, and you can't adjust it. It's fixed. They have a different rear sight for, hold on a second, it's been a minute since I shot this. Okay, push down, slide back. So this piece right here is replaceable, and then they have different positions for the hole in the back for windage and elevation, I guess. Elevation is somewhat adjustable with the slide. So anyway, I've got a couple of set screws on here that won't show up on camera probably, and they stick out a bit, so I can't get it all the way down into the ears here, into this groove for now. So hopefully, I'm at 50 yards. I don't even know if I'm going to hit the paper at 50 yards. But my windage was off. If I remember, it was off to the right, and there's no way to physically adjust windage other than to get the correct rear sight or modify the rear sight. The front sight is not adjustable, as I determined in a previous video on this firearm. Now it's a fairly nice day today. It was heavily overcast and foggy earlier. Now the clouds are starting to break up. It is dark in here, so I'm sorry. It is what it is. So I'm going to try and shoot this at 50 yards. And I did bring a small set screw so I can loosen the set screws on the side. You can probably see it sticking up right there. I got one on both sides. I'll loosen those and then rotate this disc in the little recess I made in the rear sight to adjust for windage. And hopefully I'm close now, but we'll see. All right, so I'm just going to stick 3 rounds in here and see where we're at. I also probably ought to put my shooting glasses on. And hopefully I'm close on my windage. Okay, I'm going to put this down as far as it will go. Alright, for now that's as far as it will go down. And I am going to aim thing about this gun, the trigger pull on suck. It's heavy, very heavy trigger pull. Alright, there's 3 shots. Hopefully it's somewhere on the paper so I can see where it hits. I'm going to pause the camera while I look. I couldn't have got that lucky if I tried. It appears that my sight is right on. which means I can lock everything in and file off these sectors, so this will drop down in and call it a day. Now, I want to still be able to adjust windage, but it appears to be set for this ammo. So I'm going to shoot 5 more. And it's so damp here that I've got this concrete overhang on this, and it is on an angle. It slants towards the direction of the range. And the water just runs down, and there's a seam right over my rifle. And the water is dripping. You can see a damp line right here, and the water is just dripping. The condensation is dripping on my rifle. But whatever, I'm sure this rifle's seen worse conditions, and it'll clean up. Okay, let's see if I can duplicate that. Whoa, move that out of the way. Very heavy trigger pull. All right, that is 5. We'll go down range and take a look. I did not look through the scope. I am hoping that I was able to duplicate the first 3 shots. I had 1 flyer and 2 were in the target. So I am hoping that it grouped really well. And that is really good. Considering the trigger pull, that's really good. So I've got the windage right on. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, isn't there? So the MAS 36 bolt action rifle and 7.5 French. That gun shoots really good. I'm liking that. Okay.